Man United 2, our first win of the season. Liverpool 1. Old Trafford rocking, atmosphere there, players committed. Sum it up, bro.
I want to start off with saying that I think every single Man United fan needs to be congratulated for that atmosphere. That's the best atmosphere. I've been a season ticket holder for several years now, and that was the best atmosphere I remember for a very long time. I liken it to, you probably remember, Moyes' season when we got beat 3-0 by Liverpool and City, and we were defiant, and we stayed, and we clapped, and we sang. That's exactly what it was tonight. I've been saying all week that the atmosphere tonight will be the best you've seen for a long time. Simple for the fact, I think United fans needed to show up and needed to voice the displeasure not only in the players and the ownership, but just to let the wide football world know that we are still here, we will never die. And that's what we did, and I think that gives them players 30% more to go out and show that they have got life in them and they can play football. And yeah, I think it was just an amazing atmosphere.
The players, you're so right, you know, because the players fed off the initial atmosphere, and then the fans fed off what the players were doing from early, smashing into tackles. You look what Dallo was tight on Diaz, in on him, Malacia in on Mo Salah, and it just set the tone that we went, okay, the boys are ready, the boys want this.
100%, and I think, you know, they couldn't get any lower after last week, the 4-0. They had to step it up, and I think they've shown that commitment and that desire and that passion. I know the words that are quite used often, but they were all there tonight, and you saw it from, like, you know, that Cam said, you know, it doesn't have to always come down to tactics and the game plan, but once you show that you're there and you're committed to the cause, you play football, and he did that exemplary tonight, and every single player deserves. I wouldn't hear negative about anyone. Everyone, you can have your favourites and all this, but every single player deserves to be a man of the match. It's a simple fact that they've shown up and they've shown that we can play football, and this Manchester United team can pit themselves against the best and get results.
How important was it for Erik ten Hag to get his first win, especially after making some big decisions? You know, we want a manager who's going to raise standards, raise discipline, whilst putting his philosophy down. But after how bad we were last week, for him to make those type of decisions, there were big calls today.
It shows the type of manager he is, and it shows the type of man he is. He's not afraid to go against what people think he might need to play. You know, everyone's adamant that Maguire's always going to play. You know, you hear certain things about certain players. You know, he took McTominay out of the team last week, played Fred, and I knew he would do the same because it didn't go well. McTominay's showing up today, and it shows the making of the man, that he's the right man for this job, because he's not scared to show these players that he is in control. And it's either you go with him or you're against him, and you'll be out of the team. And I think, you know, just by giving him that Manchester United moment, he's had his Old Trafford moment tonight, and every manager
it's almost like he can now see what this is.
Yeah, this is it, because obviously against Brighton, I think there was still some discontent. I think a lot of the fans knew that we weren't ready for the season, and the atmosphere there was a lull there, and it wasn't quite at the level we'd want for the first game of the season. Tonight, it was like, yes, the season's kicked on, and he's at that moment now, so he knows that when he gets that team going and he can get them playing, there's no stopping us. I don't care, there's no stopping this team, and it's shown it tonight.
Because it's got to be confidence, isn't it? When you saw certain players, it was almost like chalk and cheese, but you look at it and think, where's this been? Yeah. Like, even when we've been losing games, and obviously we've lost in some bad moments, but after every game, the main thing we've said as fans is, players just looked like they didn't care. Yeah. They weren't running hard enough, you know, the attitude wasn't there. But it's like they did all those basics right today, and you're looking at some of the performances, some of them new. I mean, look at Malacia today, look at Martinez today. I mean, on those two guys just quickly, how good were they?
I mean, for two players, you know, there's been a lot said about players from the Eredivisie coming. You know, Ten Hag's going to the league, he knows. They come in and they set the standard. They know exactly what Ten Hag wants. And the hard working, the committed. You know, Malacia, one thing I'll say about him, and he did it a couple of times, especially in the second half against Trent and Salah, those recovery tackles, when it looked like the ball had gone and he was there in. Luke Shaw's not doing that. And I don't want to badmouth players that are in the team.
But that's a fair assessment, that's a fair assessment.
And he's got it in the bag, he's got everything, the pace, he's smart as well, he's clever.
I think he's fearless as well, because he's making his first start at home, under the lights, at Old Trafford. There's no bigger game in our calendar, at home to Liverpool and away to Liverpool, the biggest games. And he went, I'm ready.
Yeah,
fearless.
Old Trafford could have swallowed him up tonight.
Exactly.
And I think there was a bit in the first half near where I sit at the corner flag of Stretch Fernand and Sir Alex Ferguson. I think Salah did him in the first half.
Yeah.
And he could have very well just lost it there and withdrawn within himself, but no.
There was a few gasps when the crowd, I remember that
moment. Thought, no. But he stood up and he was a man, and he's shown that he is a player that can be Manchester United left back for 10-15 years. He was unbelievable tonight. He was unbelievable.
In terms of signings and adding to the, you know, you look at Casemiro. Casemiro was in the stands today. He witnessed that.
Yeah.
How excited are you to see that type of performance with that hunger and energy and that fire in its belly? And then you're going to add someone like Casemiro too.
I mean, he can only be watching that thinking, I've come to the right club. Like with these fans and these players playing that like that, he'll be licking his lips, you know, thinking, look at the players I've got around me. Martial, when he came on, was just unbelievable. Rashford, you know, again, he was another one, had a moment tonight. He scored that goal.
Needed it, didn't he?
He needed it, and he saw it soon straight after. He got the ball and he went to take Trent on, and he went for a corner. More often than not, he would have turned back around, passed the ball.
Yes.
He went for it, and all these players now, Sancho sat Van Dijk down again. You know, all these players are having these moments to make them think. Now we go on from here and we build. And with Casemiro coming in, a world-class player, a winner, you know, relentless player, it can only get better. And if you get a couple more in, you know, there's touted 3-4 maybe coming in. I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. But
Easy.
But
yeah.
We're on the ladder,
Yeah.
and we can only look up now, and that's what we want. That's all we want as fans, I think.
Bro,
100%.
great stuff.
Thank you for your time.